Hello guys, this is part 2 of the highest probable models. I highly suggest you to watch part 1. They are two different models, so you don't have to, but I think it's worth it. So let's start with the second model. This is the relative equal high or low continuation model. Even before I traded GxT, this was my favorite model. It just got even a better filter, adding the 1-2 stage or strength switch in the key level. The model is simple. Price trades close to a high or low on the higher time frame, creates relative equal highs, retraces into a clean higher time frame fair value gap. At this key level, we want to see an SMT fill with at least a one-stage crack in correlation. Ideally a two-stage crack, or even better, a two-stage strength switch. As you can see, here we have a one-stage, here a two-stage, because the candle that created the SMT, which is weaker at this point, also has the weaker candle. Here we have a strength switch because the candle that created an SMT turned into a bullish candle, but it was weaker before because it took this low and this didn't. A more in-depth video about strength switch will follow next week. This is the variant 1 on the lower time frame. If we get a 1 or 2 stage crack in correlation, then we want all assets to react in a similar way. Wait for the V-shape on all assets and enter on the first or second CSD. Variant 2. If we get a strength switch crack in correlation, it's okay if we only get the V-shape on the stronger asset, like in this case. We don't need it on all assets because a strength switch is higher probable. We have the same invalidation levels like the lagging asset strength switch model. We don't want deep retracements, especially if it's a displacement away from our draw on liquidity. We don't displace through a key level which should bring us to the draw. And we don't want big wicks, especially on the 4-hour candle. This is the first example for this model. This is the first example for this model on NQ. On the 4-hour we don't have a big wick. We are coming close to this drawn liquidity. We retrace into this fair value gap on the 30-minute. We get a one stage, and then you can see we displaced through this. So it's a kind of V shape, and then you can enter on the first CSD or on the second. This is the second example on CL. On the 1 hour we are coming very close to this drawn liquidity. We retrace, we get the one stage, we displace away, then we get on the 15-minute a 2-stage SMT, and then we drop down to the 3-minute, and here is the displacement, and you can enter on the first or second CSD. Here is an example for the relative equal high or low continuation. As you can see, we created relative equal lows here. Then we clearly retraced because it's no V shape and really slow. Then we tapped into this 1 hour fair value gap. I was looking here for a confirmation to go short, but I found nothing, so I waited for the displacement lower. So we displaced lower, and then I jumped into the lower time frames, and I was looking here for a short 2, but we had no SMT or PSP for continuation, so I couldn't take a trade. Then we displaced lower again, and here we created a beautiful 2-stage PSP with ES and with YM. The lows are still intact on all assets, which makes it even easier. Then I was going lower to the 1 minute because the 3 minute had a too big CSD. And I took this CSD here and catch this trade. So what can you learn from this example is don't FOMO into a trade and don't jump into the lower time frame if you have no 1 stage or 2 stage for a continuation, which is clean, and wait. And only if you get one you can jump into lower time frame, and then you have a protected high or low, and you can target your drawn liquidity. Here another example on YM for the relative equal highs or lows continuation. As you can see on the 4 hour, we tapped into this 4 hour fair value gap to continue, but there was no SMT or something, so I couldn't take it. Then we had a displacement higher, so I have to wait to come back into this fair value gap. We are creating relative equal highs, so we know it's most likely that we will continue and take out this high. We are coming lower into this 1 hour fair value gap. I drop down to the 30 minute. And we created a 2-stage PSP here with NQ. YM tapped into this 30 minute fair value gap, NQ didn't. YM created a bearish 30 minute candle and NQ a bullish one. This was the trigger to go higher into this relative equal highs. So you drop down to a lower time frame. We got the CSD here with displacement, and then I dropped down to this fair value gap which got created and had a limit entry like this, and I targeted this high, and this was the trade. Why are these trades so easy? Because you have a really clean drawn liquidity like this, so you just have to wait for a clean confirmation like the 2-stage PSP here, and if you get displacement, it's most likely that it will be the move into the drawn liquidity. But only jump into the lower time frame if you got your higher time frame confirmation. So I only trade continuations with at least a 1-stage, even better a 2-stage. If I don't get this on the higher time frame, I don't drop down to lower time frame. This was part 2 of the highest probable models. If you take some trades like this, you can post them in my free Discord, and if I got some time, I will review them and give you some feedbacks. So feel free to join. Link is in the description. See you in the next video. Bye.